Hello, hello. I think I think we're starting. I hope the sound is good. My usual my usual nervousness. I always start the streams really bad. It's been anyway. I presume it's good. Everything looks good. Good evening. It's the 8th of June 2024. At least it is here today, where I am at the moment. I don't know where, when, or where or when it is for you, but here we go. I hope you're well. We're going to continue tonight with some more Hercule Poirot and his investigation into the mystery of what's going on, of a situation that is a blackmail. We talked about this word last week. Blackmail is to kind of extort people, yeah, to have information about something or someone, you know. I have a secret. I know your secret, and if you don't pay me money, I will tell everybody about your secret. Which is the situation. I hope you're good. I hope you've had a good week. It's starting to get hot here in Alicante. It's about 26, 27 degrees. Hello, Lou Ray. Hi, how you doing? Your notification lied to you. YouTube, they're trying to keep me down. Yeah, they're trying to keep us down by not notifying everybody. But it's a good point that you made. If you press your notifications, you will find out when I am streaming. And indeed, Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can get the vocabulary, and you can get all the good stuff there as well. Yeah. It's coming into summertime. It's the 8th of June here in Alicante, like I said. Things are starting to wind down at work. So I'm going to have more time. So I intend to be doing more streams, I think, because I've been really, really busy. And yeah, but it's normal for teaching. In the summer, people are more interested in going to the beach. Or going to the mountains, or doing anything really except going to classes and stuff. And I think that goes for teachers as well. We all get a bit burnt out, by the time it gets to June or July. I'm doing some classes, but it kind of, like I said, it winds down. It gets slower. Anyway, what happens? Last week, it was the big Champions League final, Real Madrid versus Dortmund. We did some of the Hercule game. We played some of the game, and then I finished it because I wanted to go and watch the football. I watched the football match, and Real Madrid won. Lots of my students here in Spain were really happy about this. I watched the game, I went to bed, and then I got really sick, and I was in bed for 3 days. I don't actually know what happened, because I looked back on the video for last week, and I was fine. Like I am now, I feel fine. So, fingers crossed, I'm not going to go through that hell again, because it was a pretty hard couple of days for me. I won't go into details, but basically, I had to stay near the bathroom, yeah? And I won't fill you in on the details. I'll just leave it to your imagination. What was going on there, but it was pretty hardcore for me. Anyway, my cat is asleep. I've closed the window. I don't know if there's going to be some noise because I live in front of a plaza and there's lots of children playing and stuff like that at the moment. So if you can hear like kind of noise, don't worry. It's just people enjoying the summer evening that we have here in Spain. What are we going to do? Let's do something. What are we going to do? Lou Ray, I heard Lou Ray bought a new computer this week. Yeah? How's it going, Lou Ray, with the new, is it a laptop or a PC? A laptop or a PC? A laptop is a portable computer, yeah? We say the lap. The lap is like my legs, my cat. I don't know where my cat is, but she doesn't jump on my lap at all. She's quite antisocial, but I look on social media and I see all these kind of like amazing cats that are just like really friendly and stuff. But that isn't my feline friend. All right, let's get started. So let's have a go at the internet. Let's see what the internet says. All right, I didn't really know what to do. Here we go. Here's an expression today. It's an idiom, to play your cards right. I was thinking today about what to talk about. What could I do as a word of the day? Last week, the word of the day was, or the word of the week. The word of the week for us was blackmail, which was, to extort someone, which is what's happening in the video game that we're playing with Angeline and her family. They're being blackmailed. Now, Hercule has gone to the family house. There's a party, and he has to investigate. Detective Poirot at this point, of course. And I thought this is a nice idiom that we use, and it's to play your cards right. Sometimes, and definitely Hercule at the party, he has to play his cards right. Let's look at the definition. To do things in an intelligent and well-planned way. If I play my cards right, I'll be able to graduate next year. That's pretty much it. That's all it says. Alright, to play your cards, I guess it comes from playing poker, playing Uno, playing whatever card game. You should play your cards correctly, and then you can win. So it's a nice expression. If I play my cards right, blah, blah, blah will happen. Something will happen. Okay, that's pretty much it as a word of the week, or an idiom of the week for this stream. We're going to move on to the game straight away. Let's find out. How do I do this now? Is the sound okay? Laptop. Good, thank you. Yeah, I do feel better. I'm a typical man. When I'm ill, I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying. I have a temperature. Oh, I'm pretty I'm pretty typical. I'm a pretty typical male in that regard, Yeah, anyway. The sound is okay? Let's crack on. Let's continue. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. Okay, I need to go to OBS, and I need to go to the game, and I need to go here. Okay, it's working. And I need to go, don't press new game, Brian. Don't. Okay, we're going to load up the game. We're on chapter 1. I think what we should do is we should do a small review of the characters. This is episode 6. So if you haven't seen the previous episodes, you can catch up on the YouTube channel, Class A+ English. It's on YouTube. And last week, we had a bit of difficulty. We had a bit of difficulty finding our bedroom. And, well, eventually we found it. And so here we are. So we arrived, and that's where we finished the game. Let's have a look. Poirot says, "Finally, I have found ma chambre, my room, my bedroom. Although the journey was longer than expected, the destination is really quite charming." So, as I said last week, although is a contrast, yeah? Although I was tired, I went to the party, So there's always like a kind of a contrast like that, yeah? So although the journey was longer than expected, the destination was really quite charming, really quite nice. I should make myself familiar. I should make myself familiar and comfortable. There's that word, comfortable, in my new surroundings. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the room. So if you actually, let's just have a quick look. Let's go to... Oh, I can't do that. How do I do it? I'm worried about the camera because I realized I made a mistake last week. Yeah, okay, you can see this. Yeah, so these are the characters. Let's have a quick review of the characters that are involved that we have met so far in the game. We've got Angeline. We met her at the beginning, Angeline. She was young. She blamed Florette for stealing her bracelet, but now she has grown up and she's about to get married. It says Angeline. Again, look, there's that although, this contrast. Although she may only be young, it is obvious she has a mind of her own and is not afraid to speak it. Her life of wealth and worry for nothing has given her a sense of entitlement that I hope will not impede my investigation. And my phone starts pinging for people saying, come on, let's go for a beer. And I'm like, no, I can't go for a beer right now. It's my nephew, Ricky. Hi, Rick. Ricky says he's working, which is a valid excuse, I think, more or less. More or less, it's a valid excuse. Sorry, let's go. Let's look at Angeline. Ah. Okay. No. Okay, here we go. What the hell? What? Angeline. All right, I'm not going to touch anything. Although she may be young, it's obvious she has a mind of her own. If you have a mind of your own, you know what you want. And I'm not afraid to speak my mind, you know. So she might be young, but she's quite happy. She's quite prepared to tell people what she thinks. And she's not afraid to speak it. She's not afraid to express her opinion. However, she's very rich and she's never, she's never had any money problems. And it's given her a sense of entitlement that I hope will not impede my investigation. So she's never worried about paying the rent. She's never worried about paying for the bills, you know what I mean? And I hope it will not impede my investigation. I hope it will not get in the way. I hope it will not obstruct my investigation. The confirmed evidence, Angeline's rocky relationship, a rocky relationship with Cassandra. Cassandra's her mother. So maybe they don't have the best relationship. She said that, her mother kind of treats her like a girl, although she's a grown woman, So although she feels like she's an adult, but her mother sometimes treats her like a child or a kid. Now, confirmed evidence is, and also she's matured. All right, fair enough. Archibald. Archibald, he's a Scottish man. Archibald Sterling is probably the most Scottish name ever. And he's a friendly, well-experienced butler who has been with the Van de Bosch family for several years. He takes pride in his work, his appearance in the house. He considers himself the father figure to the other young staff of the house, and I believe he would do anything for them. A butler. Butler is like, assistant, head servant. We're in the 1930s here. We're between the Great War, the Great War and the Second World War, So Agatha Christie, who wrote the books, she set them in the 1930s. Yeah, so we're between the two world wars. So there's this kind of like upper class, working class, upper class, the rich, the working class, everybody else, yeah. He takes great pride. He's very proud of his job, his appearance in the house. He considers himself the father. So he's a nice guy, and I believe he would do anything for them. So he comes across as a nice person. And we have the confirmed evidence that he is stressed. Why is he stressed? He's stressed because the house is understaffed. Yeah, there's not enough people. There aren't enough people working there. It's understaffed. Overstaffed? Understaffed. So it's understaffed. So they're all kind of running around the place and trying to do their things. Yeah, but like there's not enough people working there, so they're a bit overworked. All right, good. Let's go to Cassandra. Now, Cassandra is the mother. Is Angeline's mother. Madame Van der Bosch, the lady of the house, abrupt and snobbish. She is hesitant to help me in my investigation, already placing the blame on the young maidservant Florette. I can see a challenge persuading her of anything other than what she already believes, yes. So she accused Florette of stealing the bracelet. However, with my fantastic investigative skills, because I'm Hercule Poirot, I discovered actually it was Angeline who hid the bracelet. A bracelet around your hand. Hide, hid, hidden. Every day I hide. I don't know, what do I hide? I don't know. I hide something. Every day I hide. I hide the bracelet. Yesterday I hid the bracelet. Today I have hidden the bracelet. So yeah, Cassandra is she's a bit difficult, let's just say that. Let's look at the evidence. She's desperate for money. She's widowed. Okay, so yeah, the Van den Bosch family have been having financial issues. They've been auctioning family heirlooms, I suppose you'd say, heirlooms, treasures, family stuff that they've had because she needs money. The phone was cut off. They're having financial problems, and so she's been quite desperate for money. I mean, to her level, I suppose, of a rich person, And she's widowed, which means her husband died. She's a widow, yeah? A woman is a widow if their husband dies, and a man, if his wife dies, is a widower. And the person is widowed. Okay, so there's Cassandra. I mean, I spoke in previous streams that this expression, a red herring, and I got a feeling. No, sorry, I won't. No singing tonight. I've got a feeling that it's a red herring. A red herring. Now, again, if you go to the Instagram, if you go to my Instagram account, you will see this vocabulary. What does a red herring mean? Well, it's like something. It's a device that authors use in books to make you think someone, for example, is guilty, and especially in this genre, it's like, oh, it's definitely Cassandra, you know what I mean? It all the kind of clues point towards that person, but it's not them. It's what we call a red herring. Go to Instagram. There's a better explanation. Anyway, she's widowed, which maybe is the reason for her her financial problems. I don't know. I don't remember. Now we've got Elizabeth. I did that again. All right, we got Elizabeth. Mademoiselle Elizabeth. So she's single. Mademoiselle Elizabeth is a young, well-mannered, polite girl that obviously cares a great deal about her friend and fellow member of staff, Florette. Florette was fired. She's happy and optimistic, and I believe may be of great help in my investigation. And weirdly, she has this very strange English accent. Although saying that, Archibald is Scottish as well, so I don't know. There are some strange accents. Let's look at the confirmed evidence. Elizabeth and Luke, that was her lover. They planned to elope. They planned to run away and get married. And Luke passed away. He died. We use this expression. My friend, I don't know, imagine my friend's father dies. I don't say to my friend, oh, I'm really sorry your dad died. It's a bit strong. In English, we would say, I'm sorry your father passed away. All right. Florette. Who knows? Let's find out. Coming from a poor working class background, it's obvious that young Florette works hard to be able to provide for her mother and young brothers at home. What she lacks in education, I believe she more than makes up for in street smarts and enthusiasm to impress. So she's not very well educated, but she has street smarts, which means she understands how people are. She understands how things go in the street, to have street smarts, to be street savvy, I suppose you could say. Anyway, but she's disappeared. We don't know where she is. Gideon. Okay, let's look at him. He's the fiancé. So he's engaged to Angeline. They're going to get married. He's the fiancé. Although English is not his first language, he is well spoken, which I presume comes from a prestigious education. I instantly found him rather charming and charismatic, and is clearly supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline, the perfect example of a husband-to-be. Okay, so Hercule likes Gideon, and the confirmed evidence is that Gideon paid the first blackmail demand. So there's been two letters. The first letter demanding money, saying, I'm going to reveal the family secrets if you don't pay me 5,000 francs, I think it is, yeah? Before the euro, in France, they had francs. In Spain, they had pesetas. In Ireland, we had pounds, or punts, actually, they were called. And in English, they had pounds. All right, so it seems he's in Hercule's good books, yeah? He's the perfect example of a husband-to-be. All right, and then the last one is Mick Jagger, or as I call him, Zach. He's friendly, full of life. I imagine he would feel comfortable as the center of attention with all eyes in the room on him. It's obviously he enjoys a drink or two, but what harm is there at a celebration such as this? And I totally agree. You go for it, Zach. All right. Confirmed evidence? Nothing. All right. Okay, so here we are. Let's have a look. We can go and have a look out the window. It's snowing. The snow has limited the view from the window, but it certainly has a beauty of its own. Yeah, right. I've never bought into this idea. I've never bought into this idea that snow is beautiful. Personally, I hate snow. It's cold, it's wet. I don't know. I don't like it. Also, I've lived in cities, and like basically, if you're living in London and it snows, okay, it's fine for a few hours, but after that, it just goes yellow. Let's have a look around my room, because we went to the wrong room the last time, didn't we? It was a woman's room. I wonder if I will get a chance to catch up on my reading whilst I stay here. To catch up, if I'm behind on something, you know, if I haven't, like for example, I was ill for a few days. I had to take a couple of days off work, and then when I came back to work, I was behind my work. I was behind with my work. I had to catch up. How did I catch up? Well, actually, I got up at 7:30 this morning and spent 2.5 hours working. That's how I caught up. But enough of me. I love complaining. Ignore me. Don't worry. Anything over here? Anything over here? Let's go and have a look at the fire. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. Okay, to roar. I am lion. Hear me roar. Okay, a lion roars. But also we have this, as an adjective, we say a roaring fire. A nice, warm, big, strong fire. I could stand and look into the flames for hours. To gaze. You know what I mean? When the fire is, the flames are there, and you're just gazing into the fire. It's very nice. I enjoyed this. Oh, hang on. Get out of there. Alright. Oh, okay. Everything done. Oh. Knock, knock. It's Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm not a fan of snow at all. I really am not. Okay, Elizabeth's turned up. Let's have a chat. Hello, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I shall not take up too much more of your precious time.
Now, that's kind of interesting. I shall not take up too much of your time, of your valuable time. Everything takes time. How long does it take you to go to work. It takes me 20 minutes to go to work, you know. How long does it take you to wash your hair? It takes 10 minutes, 5, whatever. It always takes time. So he's saying, I will not take up, if something takes up time, I will not take up too much of your precious time.
Not at all, Detective. I had best not be away for too long. Madame would not be pleased when there is so much work to do.
Well, mademoiselle, if anyone was to ask, I required your urgent attention with a delicate matter. That should be enough to give you a moment's peace.
A delicate matter, a sensitive subject, yeah? It's very delicate, you've got to be careful. I should be enough to give you a moment's peace. Okay, let's interrogate the suspect.
Thank you, Detective.
Can I assume you're aware of the probable blackmail ring in the area? Okay. Do you know Cassandra, Angeline, Gideon are being blackmailed?
I have heard whispers, but this town is full of busybodies. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air from socialites trying to outdo one another.
All right, let's have a look at this. I've heard whispers, I've heard rumors, I've heard gossip. Yeah, I've heard whispers that this town is full of busybodies. Now, somebody who is very interested in other people's business and other people's news. We say they are very nosy, to be a very nosy person. So where were you last night, and what did you do, and who were you with, and what was going on? You're a very nosy person. They're always trying to find out what's going on. And often we can call these people busybodies. It's basically a synonym of someone who's very nosy, who's very they're always trying to find out. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air, what is absolute rubbish, you know? It's all hot air. I met this person and he was telling me oh my god, I'm so fantastic. It's just hot air. It's hot air. And what it means is there's no substance to it. There's no substance, just hot air. So I don't know. It's hard to know what's the truth and what's hot air from socialites, the rich, trying to outdo one another. Outdo as in oh, my house is bigger than your house. My car is more expensive than your car. Whatever, you know, it's to be very competitive, yeah? Socialites in this regard here now would be the upper classes, yeah, the upper classes, the rich. And they're always trying to outdo each other by saying, my thing is better than your thing.
I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter. With
such gossip. I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter. I didn't think you would be a gossip.
I'm not, but it can be hard to ignore. I try to quash any talk of it in the house. But it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up the most scandalous rumour.
So, what? She's not a gossip, but it's very hard to ignore hearing the gossip. I try to stop any talk. I try to quash it. I try to stop any talk of it in the house, but it's easier said than done, right? It's a very typical expression. Yeah, I'm going to run a marathon next year. I'm going to go and run the London Marathon. Yes, but you know, it's easier said, I'm going to run the marathon, than done, than actually doing it. And so people will often talk, don't they? You know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up, to think of the most scandalous rumors. So they're gossiping. They're gossiping, basically.
You are a loyal maid and friend. Mademoiselle Angeline is fortunate to have you.
Visiting the snow once every sea. What do you mean sea, Louret? Snow. I've got two examples of snow. I remember being in Madrid, and my friends are from Senegal, and they had never seen snow before, you know, because they're from West Africa. It doesn't really snow in West Africa, funnily enough, on the equator. And I was living in Madrid, and it snowed a lot. So sometimes when it snows in Madrid, there can be not as much as Istanbul. I've never seen so much snow as in Istanbul, but it snowed quite a lot from Madrid. And we went to a park because it was nighttime, and we went to a park and we had a big snowball fight. It was one of the funniest experiences of my life. Because, you know, when people, they can be mature as adults, but if they've never seen snow before, their brain, it blows their brain. I guess it's like someone seeing the ocean for the first time, you know what I mean? It's an incredible experience. And for my friends, it was so funny because they had never seen snow, you know. And we had a really big snowball fight in this park. And even for me, because I don't like snow, I don't like it, but it was a fun experience. Okay, anyway, you are a loyal maiden friend. Angeline is fortunate to have you. She's lucky to have you.
It baffles me why they would target her in the first place. She has such a kind and pure soul. That may not be what you remember of Mademoiselle, but she has grown into a kind-hearted young lady.
All right, so Elizabeth knows that Angeline is being blackmailed. Angeline and Cassandra are being blackmailed, and it baffles me, it confuses me. I don't understand. I'm baffled. I have no idea why. I'm baffled why he did that. You know, I have no idea why he did that. It baffles me why they would target her in the first place, why they would target her for blackmail. She's such a kind and pure soul. Kind of reminds me of me, actually. That may not be what you remember. No, because like when we first met her, she blamed Florette, and she would not take the blame. She would not accept responsibility. But she has grown. She has matured into a kind-hearted young lady. All right.
I was wary of that when I arrived, but I myself can see a change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter.
So I was cautious. I was wary. I was cautious of that when I arrived. To be wary of something. If there's a dog and it's barking at me, I'm very cautious. I stay away from the dog. I'm very wary of the dog. You know, I get an email and it's like, please click on the link, and you know, from a Nigerian prince or something. I'm a bit wary of that. I'm a bit cautious. I'm a bit paranoid, maybe you could say. But myself, I can see the change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have said, as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter. So there should not be a problem.
Letters, Detective. I brought you the other.
Letters, plural. Okay, it's a blackmail letter. Let's have a look. You do not know me, but I know you and your family very well. For years you have stood high on your pedestal, so it's like, oh, you are very rich and very, attending parties and living the lifestyle of the upper class, a life that you were born into, all the while hiding a sordid, dirty secret that would tarnish the Van den Bosch name forever. So I've always watched you at the parties, living this like kind of rich lifestyle, the upper class lifestyle, all the while knowing that you're hiding a sordid, a very dirty secret that would damage the family name forever. Once a respected family with morals and nobility, but now you rely on riches and jewelry to show your worth, a worth that is not deserved. Even residing in a home that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay, so once a respected family with morals and nobility. Okay, so one's a good family, right? A good family. But now you rely, everything is about how much money you have. And this money, this worth is not deserved. Even living in a house that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. That's a bit strange. You're living in a home that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a small brown paper parcel filled with 5,000 francs, addressed to Monsieur Dupont, to Barbier and Sons cobblers. Cobblers before sundown on Friday. Cobblers, I believe, is an old word for shoemaker. Yeah, cobblers, I think. Yeah, I think so. Shall we have a look? Hang on. I think cobblers is a shoemaker, but I just want to be correct. Yeah, cobbler, a mender or maker of shoes and often of other leather goods. Okay. Yeah. It's definitely this one. Yeah. Okay. Cobbler, but it's a very old word, I think. So take the money. So let's just say 1930, right? 5,000 francs in 1930 is worth how many euros today? Okay, so they're asking for like a grand. Okay, so they're asking. All right, it's not that much, really, is it? Like if you're like really rich. Sorry, excuse me. There's a message here. I thought it was going to be like 20,000 euros or something like that. So 5,000 francs in 1930. Sorry. Well, the exact sum is not provided. We can estimate the value. It's not that much. I mean, okay. Listen. Can you see that? Is that working? Hang on. Yeah. Okay, so all right. So it's about 1,250 euros, which would probably be about $1,500. Maybe it's not that much. I think, really, is it? To be honest with you, I thought it would be a lot more. Anyway, not that I'm rich, it would be a lot of money to me, but anyway, you understand. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a small brown paper parcel filled with 5,000, no, you wouldn't say this, 5,000 francs addressed to Monsieur Dupois to Barbier and Son cobblers before sunset. That's very American, this word, yeah? Sunset on Friday. If you do as I request, this will be the last you hear from me. You will be able to return to your life of stolen wealth and excess. All right, pay up, and you can just return to your life of stolen wealth and excess. If you refuse, be sure the name Van den Bosch will be on the whisper of lips for years to come. So it will be, everyone will find out the
I
secret.
have tried to tell her not to think any more on them, but she fears that even a fabricated story could ruin the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement.
Shoemaker's cobbler. I wonder if it's related to cobblestone. I actually don't know. I mean, if you would like, we can look at the etymology of it. Like, hang on. This mention of cobbler is uncertain, but there are a few proposed origins. It may be related to the archaic middle word cobbler, meaning wooden bowl or dish. It may come from the appearance of the topping, which reveals a cobbled stone pathway. There you go, Luray. The verb cobble, to cobble, means to assemble from available parts, which fits with how cobblers are made by combining a batter. Okay. The earliest known use of cobbler to refer... No, they talk about food, but... Yeah, so they don't know either, yeah. Alright, they don't. I can check it out later on, but like it seems to be uncertain. And I've never known of anything, I've never heard of the verb to cobble or anything. It's always like cobbler, but like it's a very old-fashioned word, no? Is it working? Yeah? Okay. Okay, anyway. I've tried to tell her not to think any more about them, but she fears that even a fabricated story. Now, be careful, these Spanish students. Fabricated means made up, to invent. It's invented. An invented story. A lie. A fabricated story could ruin, it could destroy the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement. To fret means to worry. Hey, everybody, don't fret. Don't fret. I'm here. Yeah? Class A plus English is here to help you build your vocabulary. Do not fret. Do not worry.
I have met Monsieur Demire, and I cannot see his love for Angeline diminishing at something so trivial. Merci for bringing this letter to me.
So she was worried. So Elizabeth was worried that maybe this could harm the marriage, with Gideon and Angeline. But Poirot says no. I've met Gideon. He's a solid guy. Merci means thank you in French. Mademoiselle Angeline worries so much about the family name. But from Mademoiselle Elizabeth's telling, from her side of the story, she has nothing to worry about, at least from her own perspective. Perhaps the secret does not directly concern Angeline at all. She's just only an easy target. So maybe it's got nothing to do with Angeline. Maybe it's something else. Interesting.
Merci, mademoiselle.
All right. Merci means thank you in French, and thank you, miss.
Pleasure is mine, detective.
That's quite a nice way, when someone says, all right, so here's another thing now. Yeah, so especially for people who are working, like working with customers, and the customer says thank you. And often, like I remember in Turkey, lots of my students would say, you're welcome. But this is very American, right, Luray would know this. You're welcome, have a nice day. But like in Ireland and in England, we don't really say that. Yeah, we don't really say you're welcome. It just sounds a bit American. If someone said to me, oh, Brian, thank you for helping me. Thank you for doing this or doing that. How would I reply? I would say, not at all. Not at all. Yeah? Hey, Brian, thanks for fixing the fridge. Listen to my pronunciation, though. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So, yeah, we use those three words, not at all, but we don't say it like that. We say not at all, like meaning, or definitely in Ireland, no worries. No worries. Much more informal way, but no worries, no problem. There you go. Look at his shoes, eh? I tell you, this fella. All right, Elizabeth, you may go. Okay, consider the nature of the blackmail. Hang on, what we got? Consider the nature of the blackmail letters. Talk to Elizabeth, talk to Gideon, talk to Angeline, all done. Anything in here? First blackmail letter. This appears to be the first letter. Okay. The blackmailer wishes the family to suffer. The blackmailer clearly wants to see the family fall, so he's very angry. The blackmailer wishes family to leave the manor, to leave the house. The letter suggests the blackmailer wants to see the family to lose everything, including the house. Now we've got 2. Want to suffer?
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Okay. What about this one? Family deeds.
Magnifique.
Magnifique! Fantastic, Brian. Sorry, Hercule. I would say not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Like, that's how I would say to somebody. Or, like, I say to my students, no worries. No worries. No problem. No worries. I think we find, like, that, you know, what did I say? Like, with Americans, you know, you're welcome. It's very, very American for me. I would never say that to anybody. To be honest with you, you know. Okay, so I think we're onto something here. Could the blackmailer be more interested in the house than the money? Because he said like that he stole the house through lies or something, yeah? Okay, what do we got? We've got the blackmailer may want the house. Could the blackmailer be more interested in the house than the money? Okay. And talk to Elizabeth to advance the story. Payment demanded.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Okay. Would that be it?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a
Okay.
second look at the evidence in front of...
All right. So, one thing he's thinking that the blackmailer wants the house. The blackmailer wants the family to suffer.
I must act on...
Did I do that already?
Fact.
Staff know about...
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
So we're saying like there are many kind of secrets in the house, but really the staff know everything. The staff are gossiping, they're dreaming up crazy ideas, scandalous rumors about everybody. So yeah, the staff members that are aware of the blackmail could possibly know the reason why. It appears that the von der Bosch secret may not be a secret at all. The house staff may know what the blackmailer is holding over the family. To hold something over is like what they've got. I like the pleasure is mine, because I've often enjoyed doing the favor. Yeah, the pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine is very nice. I always use no worries. It's very funny sometimes when my students like reply to me like saying no worries. I like it. Because I say no worries a lot, because I'm always apologizing, you know. Okay, so what have we worked out here? Yeah, we've worked out that the staff the staff might have a good idea about what's happening here. Not at all. Not at all. Talk to Elizabeth. Okay, let's go over here. And what do we got? Case of blackmail. Blackmailer wishes family to leave the manor, the house. The letter suggests the blackmailer wants to see the family to lose everything, including the house. So it's personal. Yeah. Okay, that's done. Alright, maybe there's something here, yeah? So, maybe, blackmail letter. No, I think that's it. We need to talk to Elizabeth, yeah?
Of course, Detective. What is it?
I was not aware there were plans to sell the house. Do you know where Madame Angeline is now? Yeah, we need to speak to Angeline.
She will no doubt be with Master Gideon. The party was just beginning when I came upstairs.
That is my cue to make a grand entrance.
It's my
And I am
turn, my
presentable
time.
enough for the creme of society.
This is my time, this is my cue to make a great entrance. Am I presentable enough for the cream of society, the upper classes?
Quite handsome, Detective.
Merci. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs.
Right. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs. The ribs, yeah?
I will use Madame's sharpest poker.
Are they flirting?
It sounds as though someone else may have already been poked.
Pay attention to the question. Deduction hints reveal all. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Oh, what's happening here? Chapter 2, everybody! We did it! Woo! Come on, only like 10 more chapters or something. The altercation, meaning basically the fight. There's been an altercation. Who's this? Is Gideon with his hand raised. There's Angeline looking extremely angry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would be so kind to return
Archibald.
to the party.
Yeah, okay, nothing to see here, everybody.
With all this excitement out here,
Sorry. One second. It's very strange. Okay, sorry about that, yeah. Alright, is it working? Everything's good? Alright. Okay, everybody go back to the party. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened, said Archibald, ever the kind of cool, calm Scotsman. And Mick Jagger says, with all the excitement...
I believe that is an end to the excitement, as you put it, Monsieur Demire.
It is hardly the job of a detective to resolve domestic arguments, but under the circumstances, perhaps there is more to it. I shall speak with the Major outside. So, there's Gideon and the Major. Now, if you go back to the first episode, the first stream of Hercule Poirot that we made, we met the Major. He's a friend of Cassandra, the matriarch, the mother, Angelina's mother, and he was really quite rude to us, and he wasn't very nice to us at all. Let's go and talk to him and find out why he was on the ground.
Oh, thank God. One last match.
There he is. Those medals.
Bonjour, Monsieur Hagen.
Hagen, I would say.
I wondered when you would be arriving. At least now you can do your job.
Do my job?
Pardon, Monsieur.
I have just been assaulted. I want him arrested.
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. I merely witnessed you standing up from the ground.
Right. So, yeah. He's not a very nice guy, this man. He seems to be a bit angry. Or, no, I don't know, how would you say it? Like, I don't know. He looks down his nose. To look down your nose. I am superior to you. I am better than you because I am a major. Okay, so he's demanding that Gideon is arrested. He's smoking his cigar. Hercule says, would you like to explain what happened?
This is ridiculous. You know very well what he did.
Perhaps you could elaborate on what instigated the altercation.
Maybe you could tell me more, to elaborate on what started the fight, the altercation. Yeah, basically it's a nice word of saying like a or a row, an argument.
Known you wouldn't make things easy.
I should have known. I should have known better that you wouldn't make things easy. Okay, so there's a bit of kind of tension between these two guys, yeah? There's a bit of energy, yeah, negative energy. It's clear the Major is still outraged, not angry, outraged by what has just happened. But I must learn what caused such an escalation into physical violence. Push on whether the Major instigated the altercation. Did you start it?
I have met Monsieur Demire. He does not seem one to physically assault someone unless provoked.
He does not seem one. He doesn't seem to be like a person who will physically assault, will punch someone, unless they are provoked, unless you said something, unless you did something.
I hope you're not implying that I started it.
I hope you're not saying that I started to imply something.
I am only stating what I have seen.
I was having a private conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and struck me. That is all there is to know.
Having a conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and... That is all there is to know. Okay. The Major is still the same man that I met all those years ago in episode 1. I'm sure he will remain defensive, and the blame for the fight, the altercation, will fall solely on Monsieur Demire. So I'm sure he will blame Gideon. Maybe, perhaps, the best way, the best approach would be to act as though I'm on his side and to coax the truth. Gideon is an asshole. I totally understand why you wanted to fight with him. Okay, so we can say, to be very straightforward, it must have been a rather heated conversation for him to intervene. An angry conversation with Angeline, or implicating your conversation with Mademoiselle Angeline had with the utmost respect and politeness towards her.
I would not act any other way. Well, unless I am provoked.
Unless I am provoked!
You have grown rather close with the Van den Bosch family, it seems.
Ooh.
What has my relationship with the family got to do with anything? Why are you even here, officer?
Officer?
Detective.
Exactly, Hercule.
Mademoiselle Angeline, personally.
Good. I'm not an officer anymore. I am a detective.
Seems to be mistake after mistake with that girl.
Agreeable with him. Do you think she's made a mistake in agreeing to marry Demire, Gideon, or suggestive? There must be a reason for your animosity to... Okay, we're going to go here, yeah? So, yeah, Gideon, he's a bit of a dick, isn't he?
Of course I do. What a stupid question. He is scum. Him and his whole family.
Wow. Okay, scum is quite a strong word, yeah? Meaning a very horrible person. Scumbag. And the whole family are scumbags, so that's quite a strong insult.
If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house.
If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house. Mocking, joking, or antagonizing. To mock someone. Ha ha! Do you think Monsieur Demir Gideon's actions were appropriate or antagonizing? There's clearly some hostility between you and Gideon. What do you reckon? Oh, I need to be careful here with this guy because he doesn't like me. He doesn't really like anybody, does he? Let's go for. Let's go for. Clearly.
Officer Poirot, are you going to do something about him or not?
It is Detective Poirot. And if you refuse to answer my questions, I do not see how I can continue.
I just don't know what she sees in him. Angeline could do so much better.
Oh, I just don't know what she sees in him. I don't know what she likes about him. She could do so much better, like, for example, me! Moi!
I don't think she realizes what she is getting herself into. I can't imagine her living a happy life with that rogue.
Rogue. A rogue. Hang on, I need to go here for a second, yeah. Hang on. A rogue. A rogue. How can I explain a rogue? Let's look at this one. A rogue. It's a funny word. Wasn't there a film, Rogue 7 or something like that? Yeah, rogue. Rogue is like someone. Oh Jesus! Hang on. R-G-U-E. Rogue. Rogue. Jesus, how do you spell it? Hang on. Rogue. Rogue.
I see.
R-O-G-U-E. Yeah. Ah.
Merci, monsieur, for your... I shall leave you to your...
R-O-G-U-E. Yeah. Rogue. Right. Let's have a look. Rogue.
Rogue.
Rogue. Right. So resembling or suggesting a rogue elephant, especially in being isolated. Yeah, like uncontrollable. Yeah, he's gone rogue. You'll often see this in films. You know, the Mission Impossible, or no, was it Mission Impossible? No, I can't remember. You know, but anyway, when they're not following orders, they go rogue. Or you can have like corrupt or dishonest, a rogue cop. Or we can even have rogue behavior, a nation whose leaders defy international law or norms of international behavior, such as Israel at the moment. Yeah, they are not following international law and they are committing genocide. All right. So in this regard, he's a rogue. I mean, what he's saying there is like that he's gone out of the group, you know what I mean? He's gonna, I shall leave you to your cigar and return to the party. It is not often such a violent altercation happens at a celebration such as this. I should investigate why it began. All right, so, you know, they're having a party. It's kind of a pre-wedding party, a dinner, and anything going on here? The party is already filled with more drama than most and is barely begun. I was requested here to find the blackmailer, but perhaps the altercation is connected somehow. Okay, me and the Major don't see eye to eye, oh no. Major Felix Hagen, I would say. Okay. Alright. So it's a notebook. What's this? Pamphlet, a leaflet.
Ah,
Some information regarding a shelter for women coming from troubled homes and backgrounds. Some information regarding a shelter for women coming from troubled homes and backgrounds. Okay. There's Archibald. Anything to look at over here? Plant. Ooh, ooh. Good to check the salon. Alright. Okay. The dining room. I'm hungry. We need to check everything, yeah. So here's all the glass case. This is the pen. Okay, is there anything else here? I think we've done all of this, actually. I don't think there's anything that we need to... I don't think there's anything we need to check. I guess we talk to Archibald. Archibald, where are you? Here you are. Here's our favourite Scotsman.
Monsieur Sterling, I trust the preparations are progressing since our last meeting.
Please, Detective. Archibald is fine. Everything is in order now. Are you ready to join the party?
Archibald, alright. So he wants, Archibald, he wants his formal kind of name, yeah. Okay, good. Are you ready to join the party? I'm always ready to join the party, mate.
You are head butler of this house. It is a position that warrants respect, and I shall continue to give it, Monsieur Sterling.
Mr. Sterling.
And I must admit, it is the smell from the kitchen that has my attention more than the party itself.
Something smells nice.
To cook, but it will still be some time. Maybe you'd like to enjoy a drink while you wait. Some of the guests are already in the salon to your left.
Let's go.
And the remaining guests are in the library on the first floor.
I will be sure to explain both. Merci.
Okay, right. So we've got on the left... His left or my left? Do this evening's plans fall under any sort of schedule? You did not want to interject in the altercation. Alright, yeah. You didn't want to, stop the fight.
It is my responsibility to look after the house and staff, not to resolve petty disputes.
It's my responsibility to look after the house and not to resolve petty, small, not important arguments, disputes, not important. If something is petty, it's just not, it's very small. It's
I
not
cannot
important.
imagine he will be in any mood to attend the party.
He often has a cigar to calm down. And if that doesn't relax him, that temperature outside surely will.
Alright, what's the plans?
Dinner will be served in the dining room, but the rest of the evening is yours to enjoy.
You have all certainly been working hard, it seems.
Very hard. The lady of the house wanted everything a certain way, and that's how it was to be done.
Okay.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
Mind map unlocked. It is time I met my fellow guests of the party. They all have a connection to the family in some respect, and although they are here to join in the celebrations, perhaps one of them has a more sinister motive. I.e. blackmail. Dun dun dun! Alright, let's check out the major. Nothing there. Archibald. Inspect the salon. Inspect the salon to advance the investigation. Location of the guests. Archibald has directed me to the salon to his right, and the library at the end of the... Inspect the library to advance. So let's do... We've got two choices, everybody. Salon or... library. Let's go here. The major wanted to calm down. Okay. Salon or library? Perhaps he feels in love with a wealthy woman he could not have. The major you're talking about. Yeah, the major is definitely under suspicion at the moment, isn't he? He's very anti-Gideon, who's marrying Angeline. Kind of maybe some jealousy. Maybe he's a bit jealous about that. But we will investigate and we will find out. Salon. Let's go to the salon. Yeah, there's something happening here, definitely. I think it's interesting, this idea about the blackmailer wanting the house. It's really the house. I'm kind of glad that I checked how much 5,000 francs was, because I presumed it would be like really a lot of money today, but really it's only like 1,250 euros. It's not a huge amount. It's quite, you know what I mean? It's not massive, is it? Anyway, here's Mick Jagger, or Zach as he's known. Let's grab a bottle. Quite a substantial sized bottle of alcohol, already half drunk. Why is half empty bottle sitting on the bar with no glasses beside it? It's a disgrace, Hercule. It's a disgrace. Who we got? There's Cassandra, there's Zach. Is that an Ottoman? Marga? Oh, that's new. It's a newspaper. News of the continued factory strikes. Workers demanding a fair treatment. By Jacqueline Conrad. Okay, so there's labor issues. The workers are uniting. Piano, piano, piano. Ding, 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 ding. Dining room. Bottle, bottle, bottle. Let's gaze into the fireplace again. The roaring fire. I could stand and gaze for hours. Quite nice as well. Some glasses up here. Cassandra. There's a new person. We could talk to Zach. Zach's always fun. Let's just talk to Zach to start with, yeah? If you're going to walk into a party...
Monsieur Demir.
Hey, Zach. What's the crack, Zach?
What did I tell you? Call me Zach. You found your room all right, then?
I did, and a charming room it is.
I don't know if I would call mine charming, but if I drink enough, it won't matter.
I like his logic. Okay, let's have a look. I must apologize for my rudeness before. I did not ask how you know the family. What is it you do for work? It seems everyone here is of some great financial standing. Everybody's rich. I'm hesitant to ask. I'm hesitant. I'm hesitating. I don't really want to ask, but I am a detective. How is your brother, Gideon, after the altercation?
Recently, not a great deal. Well, except for enjoying myself. I was once a field medic in the military.
Oh, look, he's sad.
Those days are over.
So I asked him, what do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Meaning, what's your job? And he said, not a lot, except for enjoying myself. I was once a field medic, so some sort of doctor in the military. But those days are over. Look, he's looking really sad.
A noble occupation. Did you not want to make it your career?
It wasn't my decision to make. I certainly don't miss the battlefield, that's for sure. I'm sure he's fine. You don't need to worry about him. Always the knight in shining armor, riding in to save the day.
Alright, so Hmm. So Gideon's his brother, right? So that kind of seems a bit, always the knight riding in to save the day. It sounds a bit jealous, doesn't it?
Saving the day from who, exactly?
Well, if Gedeon is the knight in the fairy tale, Felix is the dragon.
Felix is the major.
Felix the Major. Ha! Always there, thinking he is better. Just because he was a major. We all know how he got there. In his mind, that puts him at the top of the chain.
The food chain. So he's egotistical, you know what I mean? He's very egotistical about his position in the military. It seems that there is some hostility between Monsieur Demir, Zack, and the Major, an animosity that does not come from one evening at a party. So something's going on here, everybody. This has history. This has a background, I think. I must apologize for my rudeness.
At least you actually care. Not like most of the others here. I'm the groom-to-be's older, more handsome brother.
The groom, the bride, Angeline, the groom, Gideon, yeah, for a wedding.
Ah, oui. I see the resemblance now. How wonderful that you can celebrate this occasion together.
I'll stop you there. The only wonderful thing about this celebration is the free food and drink.
You are not pleased for your brother?
Angeline seems nice enough, but marriage is not for me. What is there to gain from tying yourself to someone for the rest of your life? Besides the money.
Besides the money. Besides the money. Angeline seems okay, but marriage is not for me. What is there to get? What's there to gain from tying to getting married for the rest of your life unless there is money?
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
I'd better go. Alright. We've done the newspaper. Me and the Major don't see eye to eye, oh no. Zack believes the Major's disdain for him and his brother could be because of a class divide, so that the Major, whatever his name is, I've forgotten, Felix, believes he's better than them. Gideon's looking forward to family fortune. Zack claims Gideon is looking forward to the family fortune. I wonder if he knows their past. Okay. So Zack thinks Cassandra and Angelina are rich, so he's marrying into money. Because he said, what's the point of getting married unless for money? Yeah? So he thinks that the Angeline and her mother are rich because they have the big house and everything else, yeah? But the reality is they are broke. To be broke, My friend calls me, says, hey, come on, let's go to the cinema. I say, I can't. I'm broke. I don't have any money. I don't have enough money to go to the cinema. To be broke, yeah? So the reality is that they are broke. They're selling everything. They're auctioning to auction. €5, €20, €25 to auction. So they're auctioning everything in their family. Curious. So, alright. Curious. What have we got here? We've got meet the other guests. We've got one thing here. So let's have a look. We've got the salon, a place for guests to mingle, to chat, to meet each other, to mingle and socialize. I'm sure it's used often to mingle. We've got a newspaper, news of the continued factory strikes. To strike, huelga in Spanish, yeah, to strike. When you're demanding better treatment, better hours, better money, to unionize, okay? And a bottle of alcohol. quite a substantial, quite a big bottle of alcohol, already half drunk. Why is a half-empty bottle sitting with no glasses? I would suspect our boy Mick Jagger. Zach is intoxicated. He's drunk. He's pissed. He doesn't seem to be doing much to hide his condition, and he doesn't care if you know it. Come on, Zach, you're my new hero. He's Gideon's brother, and they are not that close. Zach gave me the impression, he gave me the idea, what I read is that him and his brother don't have the best relationship. What's this? Talk to Margot, pamphlet, major. I guess it must be this, yeah?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Not so difficult, that one, definitely. Yeah, there's a really drunk man and a half-empty bottle of alcohol. I wonder what has happened. I wonder. But things are becoming clearer. I could not even fathom drinking that much alcohol, especially in one evening. I can't imagine. Yeah, I cannot fathom it. I cannot imagine drinking so much in like one evening. Like our boy Zach. Zach enjoys a drink. Talk to Zach to advance the investigation. Again? I don't think we need to talk to him again, do we?
Fire away, detective.
I don't mean to dampen the celebrations, you know. I know everyone's having a great fun. I know I'm a detective here, but would you like me to fetch you a glass of water? Yeah, do you think you've had enough? Do you think maybe a glass of water is a good idea to sober up? What's the opposite of drunk? He is drunk. Right, so Zach is drunk. Hercule is sober, to be sober. And often we use the expression to sober up. So maybe you drink a cup of coffee and drink a glass of water to sober up. Become sober. I'm not sure this is a good idea, but anyway.
I have a drink, but thanks anyway.
I like Zach.
I just would not like to see things get out of hand.
To get out of control, to get out of hand.
Don't you worry about me. I've got it covered.
Don't you worry about me. I'm in control. Good stuff, Zach. You go. You be you, Zach. Yeah, you do you. Yeah. Something tells me his excessive drinking is not in celebration of his brother's engagement. His recollection of war makes me think it may be something more serious. Maybe he has PTSD. PTSD? What the hell is that? Well, what does it stand for? Well, when we see, what is it? An acronym? Acronym? Is it? Yeah. What does it stand for? Well, it's post-traumatic stress disorder, I think it is. Yeah. So you often get that. Like my students. After I teach them.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
It's best I go. Alright. I kind of like Zach. I think Zach knows what he's doing. Okay, there's something going on here again. What did it say? Meet the other guests. He's repressing something. I believe he's compensating for something with his consumption of alcohol. So he's drinking a lot of alcohol to compensate for something. Okay, so we got to talk to Margot. I don't know. Here she is. Let's go for it. Let's find out. Let's find out what she's hiding. Because everybody's guilty here in my book. Everybody's guilty. Allow me to introduce myself. I did that last week, didn't I? We're not going to go down the Mick Jagger route. Hercule Poirot.
Detective Hercule Poirot? I heard we were being joined by one of the king's finest officers.
Oui, madame. I see my name precedes me.
Comtesse Margot de Vos. Charmed, I'm sure.
Comtesse Margot de Vos. Countess, yeah? Countess Margaret, I suppose that would be in English, the Anglicized version of it. Charmed, I'm sure.
It is I who is charmed.
It is I who is charmed. Very polite there, Hercule.
Well-mannered and a man of the law. I did not expect such a fine caliber of gentleman at this party.
Handsome, polite, and a lawman, a cop. I did not expect such a fine caliber of gentleman at this party. Okay, good, Margot.
Comtesse, your compliments are enough to make a young detective blush.
Besides flattery, what is it you do, Countess? And which of the engagements, and which side of the engagement, so Angeline and Gideon are engaged. They're engaged to be married, yeah? Meaning they're going to get married. So which side? Is it Angeline or Gideon? It was quite a shock to see the Major lying on the floor like that. Crack! What are your thoughts on Monsieur Demire, Gideon? Well, I think the first one is quite obvious because she's a countess. She's basically royalty. And which side of the engagement brings you here? Yeah, I think this is the one. I think this is the one.
I have been a close friend to the Vandenbosch family for, well, heaven knows how long.
Heaven knows. Heaven knows. We use this expression. I was looking for a job and then I found a job. And heaven knows I'm miserable now. There you go. I've been a close friend, so she's a friend of Cassandra.
You must have known the late Viscount then.
That's the husband who died, who passed away.
Indeed, we had been friends since our school days. His passing was very hard on both Cassandra and young Angeline. I became a sort of protector of them both after his death. A guardian angel, if you will.
I have learned that friendship in these higher social circles can be nothing more than a facade. To remain in that position, perhaps the Countess is vying for Madame van der Bosch's position. So it's kind of social Darwinism, I suppose you say. Besides family, it's quite shocking. What are your thoughts on Monsieur Demire? Yeah, I think like so. Okay, you're friends with Angeline and you're friends with Cassandra, the matriarch. So, what do you think of the boy?
A strapping young man. Angeline has found herself a good one. They certainly make a handsome couple.
Speaking with them both, it is plain to see, even to one that is unexperienced in such emotions, that there is a great deal of love between them.
When they are together, it is obvious for all to see, even at such a young age. But who are we to judge what the heart wants?
Do I need to go through all these questions? Let's go there.
You will find Felix at the center of any trouble.
The Major.
Especially when it concerns the ladies of the house.
The ladies of the house. Tell me more, tell me more.
I understand he has made himself quite at home here.
What an understatement. He thinks his friendship with Cassandra entitles him to anything and everything in the house, including certain opinions of how young Angeline lives her life.
Right. Okay. So she's not a fan of Felix, of the Major. It's an understatement. He thinks his friendship, I don't know what that means, maybe something else, with Cassandra it allows him, it entitles him to anything. So he thinks he owns the place. He thinks he owns the house, including certain opinions about how young Angeline lives her life. So it sounds like he's quite controlling. It sounds like he's quite a controlling person. But then I suppose he's a major, he's military, and I imagine that's quite a normal kind of characteristic trait for people in those positions.
He does not approve of Monsieur Demire?
He doesn't like Gideon.
You'd have to ask him. Or rather, speak with Gideon's brother. He will have something to say about Felix, I am sure.
We're getting down to the gossip, everybody. We're getting down to the gossip. The Countess is well versed in drawing one in with a delicious bait and then leaving them biting on the line. Another conversation with Zack is in order. She's well versed. She's very adept. She's very good at drawing you in with bait. Yeah, if I go fishing, I have a hook and I put the worm on the hook. And the hook, that worm is the bait, because then the fish goes da, 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 and then it's hooked, you know. So it's bait. So to attract someone, it's bait, and then leaving them biting on the line. So she draws people in, and then she leaves them biting. So she doesn't give the you know, she doesn't tell everything. So I need to talk to Zack again. All right.
It has been a pleasure conversing. I look forward to our next tête-à-tête.
Head to head, our next conversation. Zack! Oi, Zack! Hey, Zack, mate! How you doing?
Fire away, detective. The major pain in the ass. Why should I? It doesn't take a detective to work out the sort of man he really is. You must have seen it, right?
So Hercule says, like, I don't think you like Felix, yeah, the major, and he says he's a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. We have some expressions. It's like somebody or something that is like really kind of like, I can say he's a pain in the neck. A pain in the neck. That man is a pain in the neck. You know what I mean? You could say, like, I don't like this person. He's a pain in the neck. Or we could say it's a pain in the ass. We can also talk about, like, you know, stuff that I have to do. This morning, I woke up at, like, 7:30. I had to do a lot of admin. I had to do a lot of, like, kind of paperwork for my jobs. And it's a real pain in the ass. It's a real pain in the neck. It's a chore. chore. A chore. Now, what is a chore? A chore is basically housework, not homework. I give my students homework, yeah. I want you to write an essay. Housework is like, you know, cleaning the dishes, doing hoovering, whatever it is. So we say a chore. These are chores that you need to do. Now, it doesn't have to be housework. It could be anything. So it's like something, for me, in my job, I have to do lots of evaluations of my students. And so it's a real chore for me. It's very kind of like, I don't enjoy doing it, but I have to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't enjoy cleaning the house, but I have to do it. You know, it's what we call a chore. Something is a chore. It's not exactly fun, but it's necessary. Okay, so the major is a pain in the ass. Now, ass is American. In Britain or in Ireland, we say arse. A-R-C-E. He's a pain in the arse. Americans will say he's an asshole. I would say he's an arsehole. But then, to be honest, like, in lately, we use both. Yeah, I would say he's an asshole, he's an arsehole. It depends who I'm talking to. But it's the same word.
I have my own history with the Major, but that is a story best not told.
Oh, come on, tell us more now. Yeah, he's baiting everybody as well. He's fishing. Oh, I have a story, but better not say anything. Go on now, Hercule. Tell us. Have a drink.
It's a story best told now.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse than what he did to us during the war.
Oh my God! And now he's even fishing for more story. He's baiting us. What happened in the war? Jesus, we're next level here, yeah.
You fought together in the war?
Fought.
We were on opposing sides.
Opposing sides. I have stumbled upon a delicate subject. It may be best to avoid it altogether. To stumble upon something in this regards is to find something by accident. You know? So, and it's a very delicate situation because they were on different sides in the war. It may be best to avoid the situation, to change the subject. Lovely weather today, isn't it? Did you watch the football match last night? That kind of stuff, yeah?
The subject of war is a difficult topic for everyone. Perhaps it is best to discuss something else.
If you had seen what I have, what he has done, you wouldn't side with him.
Oh my God, it's all coming out now, everybody. If you had seen what I have in the past, what he has done, you would not side with him. You would not agree with him. Oh my God, it's all coming out, and we haven't even started the party.
I am taking no sides, monsieur. It is just not conversation fit for a party.
Yeah. That would be an interesting party, isn't it? Like, you have a dinner party and you bring people who used to fight against each other.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
Best I go. Let's go and gaze at the fire for a minute. No, I need to collect my thoughts for a moment, yeah, because that was kind of stressful. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the camera for a minute because I'm going to turn off my camera because I won't have a smoke. I won't have a smoke, and I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to smoke on YouTube. Okay, so if you can hear any noise, it's just me smoking. But so I'm going to turn off the camera just so I can have a cigarette. Yeah, basically. Okay, let's get back to the part. Let's get the party started. Where are we going? We're going back to the game. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the fire for a minute. Have a cigarette. A roaring fire could sun gaze. Okay, so I think we need to go to the library next, yeah? Where is the thing? Young romance. Okay. Young romance. Brothers have a history with the Major, so both Zach and Gideon have history, meaning they don't like each other. They don't seem particularly, neither brother seem particularly fond of the Major. I'm beginning to see a pattern. What is Felix's true thoughts towards brothers? To be fond of something. It's kind of like another word for I would suggest it's not the same as love. I'm very fond of someone means I really like them. I'm very fond of, I don't know, Maria. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm fond of someone. I like them. You know what I mean? So it's a nice word, to be fond of something. So they're not fond. Meaning they don't particularly like him. Margot de what? Talk to Zach. Talk to Cassandra. Margot made it quite clear that the Major is not too fond of Gideon, so there must be some kind of link here. The Major wanted to calm down. I don't know, here?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay. The Major doesn't like the Gideon. guess.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Alright. I should not be surprised, yeah, because I'm brilliant. I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't think it's the Major's place to cast judgment on Gideon. It's not his job, you know. He's a guest. He's not Angeline's father. He's not Cassandra's wife. You know what I mean? It's not his place. The Major intended to warn Angeline. I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't think it's his place to cast judgment. Alright, I think we're done. Let's go down here. The Major has been around since the Viscount's death. That's the husband. After the Viscount's passing, the Major has been around to help with family matters. Aha! I wonder what extent of help. I wonder what the extent of his help is. Yeah, me too. I'm starting to wonder as well. His motives. Yeah. Margot and Cassandra are longtime friends. Okay, they are a pair I would not want to go head to head in an argument. That is for sure. So they're quite strong, the two of them. Margot is very protective of Cassandra. She considers herself to be Cassandra's guardian angel. I'm sure Madame can protect herself. Why does Margot feel the need to be like this? Okay, well, maybe they're just friends. Okay, I think that's everything done. So, inspect the salon, inspect the library, talk to Margot. Alright, let's have a look around the library then. Anything else here? We've done the bottle. What's this? Newspaper. We had a look at the newspaper. It's the labor problems, strikes. Okay. We've done the piano. We've done the bottle. I think we've done everything here, yeah? Should we talk to Cassandra?
Madame Van den Bosch, congratulations are in order on your daughter's engagement.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the guy. I'm not going to go into it now. Cassandra.
Detective Poirot.
I'm sorry, the name eludes me.
I don't remember. Yes, she does. Yes, she remembers me. The day at the Van den Bosch house has stayed with me and opened my eyes to the unjust treatment of the working class and has been a driving force in becoming the detective I am today. Eat the rich! And yet I have been barely a second thought to her.
Once Officer Poirot, I investigated your daughter's missing bracelet.
Yeah, you remember?
Oh, it's you. There is no missing jewellery here today, so we are really not in need of your services.
The blackmail, Cassandra, the
I am here on a
blackmail.
rather more pressing...
Pressing, urgent.
I know why you are here, officer, detective, whatever you are now. Please, just get on with it.
Okay, so we say pressing, to press something. I have a pressing issue. It means something is urgent, yeah? We're having a meeting, we're at work, we're having a meeting. Okay, I want to talk about some pressing issues, yeah? They are priority. If something is pressing, it's urgent. She says just get on with it. Just
Detective,
do what you...
And I promise not to keep you too long.
She's a bit cold to me, isn't she? She pretends that she doesn't remember. Well, maybe she's pretending, or maybe she actually doesn't remember. I understand the fight earlier began with an argument between the Major and Angeline. Your daughter invited me here to find a blackmailer. That's pretty direct. I understand that the Major is not fond of Angeline's husband, Gideon. You must be really happy, elated at the news of the engagement. Let's go for this one. This is nice.
Gideon is a fine, educated young man from a well-respected family.
Mm-hmm.
All important when considering a new son-in-law.
Also, he's rich.
A good home and education speaks volumes about a man. Even in the short time they have been engaged, his noble character is obvious. If you were an educated man, you would know that.
Burn! She's not very nice, is she?
I can assure you, madame, my education is not one to be sneered at.
Ooh, to sneer. To sneer. This is a good word. To sneer at something. Hang on. Hang on. To sneer. Let's go here. Let's look at this word. Sneer. It's not a nice word. It's not a nice thing to do, to sneer at someone. To smile or laugh with facial, contortion that expresses scorn or contempt, or to speak or write with a scornfully jeering manner. It's a very negative word, you know what I mean? To sneer at someone. It's like, it's not good, is it? Yeah, she's sneering. She feels superior, basically. You know what I mean? She feels her wealth, her standing in society makes her superior to our boy Hercule. And he says, my education is not one to be sneered at. I am well educated.
And yet you remain a mere detective.
Only a detective, a mere detective.
Choices, then, that are to be questioned.
Right, she's pretty hard, isn't she? So she doesn't have much time for me. She doesn't have much respect for me. She's definitely disrespecting me. Yeah, she's definitely disrespecting the badge. She's disrespecting the flag. You know what I mean? But I have to be calm. I have to be calm in this situation because I am Detective Hercule Poirot. I understand the altercation. The argument began with an argument between the Major and Angeline. Okay, let's just go direct. I know there's a blackmailer.
Keep your volume down. She had no right to do such a thing. As soon as the other ladies get wind that there was a police officer in the house, the whole town will know.
Keep your volume down. Shut up. She had no right to do such a thing. She shouldn't have done that. As soon as the other ladies of society get wind, as soon as they hear about that there's a cop, that there's a policeman in the house, the whole town will know. So there's a lot of gossip going on. There are rumors. Why? Why is there a detective there?
Perhaps you should be more focused on catching the blackmailer that is holding your family's name to ransom than what the chattering women of the town will say.
Ransom, definitely. Go to Instagram. A ransom is the money. For example, in this regard, if someone gets kidnapped, you pay a ransom. Yeah, to kidnap someone, you pay a ransom to get them back. So maybe you should be more focused on catching the blackmailer is holding your family's name to ransom. Yeah, so like they're threatening to blackmail you than the rumors, the gossip of the town.
I care more about what those chattering women, as you so rudely describe them, have to say than the empty threat of an anonymous letter.
Right, so she's not taking the blackmailing very seriously.
Your daughter does not agree. In fact, it has been suggested that one of tonight's guests may know more than they are willing to show.
Angeline disagrees, and it has been suggested that one of our guests may know more than they are willing to show. So Hercule, always the detective, suspects maybe the blackmailer is in the house. Dun dun dun.
The guests.
I'm back.
You mean our friends? You can't.
The guests, you mean our friends? You can't honestly believe one of them would be so petty to send a letter like that. Oh, officer, you have not changed. Okay, so she really does not have much respect for me. I must thank you for your hospitality. I understand the altercation, the fight earlier began with an argument. I understand that the Major is not fond of Angeline's husband. I'm going to... She's very angry with me, you know, so I'm going to go for the middle one.
Angeline is her own woman now. She can fight her own battles. She does not need her husband to be stepping in.
Okay, well, that was one of Angeline's arguments. She's saying that her mother does not treat her as a grown-up, as an adult, that she treats her as a child, you know, and she can fight her own battles. So that's not right. She doesn't need her husband to be stepping in, to be getting involved in an argument. She can fight her own battles, yeah?
And what battles would they be?
Exactly, Hercule.
Nothing that concerns you, detective.
But it does. I'm a detective. I'm not sure what I expected asking Madame Van den Bosch about private matters. Okay, let's get out of there.
I suppose it is only polite to say you're welcome.
There's a lot of disrespect going on here.
Madame is as quick-witted as I remember.
What a shame there is nothing as memorable about you but your lack of respect.
Ooh! I should have known getting into a verbal battle with Madame would not be easily won. I'm getting out of here.
An enchanting conversation, as always.
Alright, we're coming up to, like... Talk to Cassandra, but I did that. Alright, do I have to ask her more? One more thing.
Quick, detective.
Perhaps you should tell me about the family secret, the one that your daughter is protecting. Ooh.
What do you mean?
Ah!
She hasn't gone and paid that silly ransom, has she?
Oh, maybe I've said the wrong thing here. Yeah, she's paid, okay.
It was Monsieur Demire that accepted the cost. He paid it because your daughter believes there may be something to hide.
Gideon paid the 5,000 francs.
For heaven's sake! Why do you think it was addressed to her and not I in the first place? Because they knew I would throw it in the rubbish where it belongs.
Madame, if there is something you are keeping, it would be wise to tell me now. It may help in identifying the culprit.
Answer the question. Tell me. It may help in identifying the culprit, the person responsible, the blackmailer.
And it would be wise for you to stay out of my family's business. If I require your help, I shall ask for it. But don't hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath means like don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait for me to ask you for help, yeah? Don't hold your breath, yeah? Okay, let's just keep going.
You can make whatever assumptions you wish.
You can have whatever ideas you want.
Based on several accounts, it seems as though the Major has a certain level of disdain for him and his brother.
Disdain. Now, Cassandra has a lot of disdain for Hercule. She's showing him a complete lack of disrespect to have disdain for someone. You don't rate them.
Felix is merely protecting both my daughter and the Van den Bosch name.
Protecting them from what exactly?
That is a question best asked to them.
Merci. An enchanting conversation, as always.
Okay, alright, well, you know, Cassandra is Cassandra, yeah? Okay, that's that done. Where are we at? We're at 1 hour, 115. Let's go to the library then, and we'll find out what the library is. We'll meet whoever's up there. Cassandra, she's totally pissed off with me. Hastily arranged marriage. It appears they are not prepared to wait to be wed. I find it rather romantic. Why would the couple want to move forward with a wedding so quickly? Cassandra is keen to avoid the argument. I would have expected Madame van der Bosch to have been at the centre of any argument. Dunno. Here?
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Hastily arranged marriage. Here?
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I did a little bit, but anyway. Monsieur Gideon could be marrying into the family purely for financial gain, but we know this is not true. We know Gideon is rich. Potential financial intentions. Monsieur Gideon could be marrying into... So we marry into money. Yeah, to marry into money is to marry someone who has more money than you. He married or she married into money. Okay. Alright. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the library, I think, and we're going to see what's going on up there. I think there's some more guests. We're going to meet the guests, and I think that will be it for the evening. Quick chat with Archibald. Alright, Archibald. Alright, Archie. Alright, mate.
For you?
Nothing.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
Okay. Let's go up to the library. Go on. Up you go. And we're going up. Now, where is the library? Any ideas? I don't remember. Was this the... Where was the library? Oh, no, it's over here, yeah? Yeah. Hello, everybody! How's it going?
I told you, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not a reporter.
Jackie, you're barking up the wrong tree. Now, I put this expression on Instagram. So go to the Instagram, Class A English, and you'll find this. To bark up the wrong tree means you've got the wrong idea. You know what I mean? So say, if I think something, but it's the wrong idea, then I'm barking up the wrong idea. Okay, let's have a look.
But you're going to want to hear this. You could interview me now.
Hugo the boss.
And why would I want to spend my evening doing that?
The world needs to know. You want to sell papers, I want the truth to be known. Win-win.
I came here to enjoy myself, not to hear a second-string version of...
I was there. I saw the whole thing, including who was ruining the show.
All right, I'll bite. Let's talk later.
Okay, I'll bite. I'm interested. Who's this? Ernesto. Jackie. Hugo. Let's introduce ourselves. Hello.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
There you go. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. You're not from around here, are you?
That's a nice word as well. Likewise, meaning me too. Me too. Basically, that's what it means. Yeah. You're not from around here.
My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a friend of Mademoiselle, soon to be Madame, Angeline.
I see. Jacqueline Conrad. No doubt you've heard the name before.
No doubt. Yeah, obviously you've heard of me before. You know who I am. Don't you know who I am?
I am rather embarrassed to say I have not, madame.
No need for the madame. I'm not married. Just call me Jackie.
American.
Oui, Jackie.
Poirot's having problems. Poirot's having problems not calling someone mademoiselle or madame. How is it you have come to be a guest? You must have heard about the recent blackmailing then. When I entered, you were talking with a gentleman. Yeah, they were kind of arguing, or I don't know, they were having kind of a conversation.
That's what we call eavesdropping.
Eavesdropping. Nice. Hang on. Eavesdropping. Let's go to eavesdropping. Eavesdropping is kind of eavesdropping is like listening in. You know, when you're two people are having a conversation and you're kind of standing there or listening to them, you know, you're eavesdropping. The act of secretly listening to something private. Highly sophisticated well, yeah. Okay, highly sophisticated means of eavesdropping were developed and put into use, largely controlled by the law. To eavesdrop is basically, for a moment I was worried he'd found out about my eavesdropping night before, but that didn't seem to be the problem. Okay, yeah.
Eavesdropping.
Oh, wow. Eavesdropping.
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 Yeah. It's got to do with, like, listening into a conversation when the people don't realize that you are listening. So yeah, kind of secretly listening to the people, you know. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So she's saying that's what we call eavesdropping, or eavesdropping. Okay.
Pardon. I didn't mean to pry.
To pry, to be nosy, to interfere, you know, to pry into someone's business. Don't pry into my business, yeah? Don't be like so nosy trying to find out.
And with respect, I don't think it's really any of your business.
Ooh. This is certainly not what I was expecting. Mademoiselle Conrad is a force of her own. I shall have to play my cards right. There we go, everybody, to play your cards right. Hercule Poirot has to play his cards right when questioning people, when questioning the suspects, because they're all suspects, yeah? And when you do this, you have to play it right. You have to ask the right questions in the right way to play your cards right. It's very, very important. And it's definitely a skill. How is it you have come to be a guest? You must have heard about the recent blackmailing, and I'm not going to talk about blackmailing. So let's just say, why are you here?
Here's the thing. I'm one of those people you want to know, and not be on the wrong side of.
Ooh, is that a threat? Is that a threat?
Perhaps it would be wise for me to remain on your good side.
It's the best place to be. You wouldn't believe what a couple of positive stories can do for a family name, or a career.
Ooh.
And that is what you have done for the Van den Bosch family?
A little help goes a long way, and from what I have seen, the ladies deserve some positive support.
Okay, I'm not going to go on about
I must
blackmail.
take my leave.
So to this fella.
Allow me to introduce myself. Hercule Poirot.
He's wearing a hat. He's wearing elbow. What do you call those? Elbow pads? I don't know. Yeah, elbow things.
Hugo Beckers, a pleasure.
Hugo the boss. It's a pleasure. He's wearing a funny kind of tie. He's got a beard. He's got a hat. Long hair.
I hope I am not disturbing you. I often find myself at a loose end at parties such as these.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I often find myself at a loose end at parties. To be at a loose end means, you know, I've got nothing to do. You know, this weekend I'm at a loose end. I've got no plans. I'm just at a loose end. I've got nothing really planned. And so maybe what he's saying here is like at parties, he's not very extroverted. He's not very chatty. So he kind of finds it kind of nothing to do.
I've never been referred to as a loose end before, but it is always good to make a new acquaintance.
Very nice. Perhaps we should start with pleasantries. Okay, we should start with being nice. Is the Demir or the... Alright, so are you here with Gideon or Angelina? Which side has brought you to the wedding? I walked in upon your heated discussion, shall we say, with Madame Jackie. Jackie, call me Jackie.
I don't know what you think you heard, but it was a private matter, and I appreciate if you kept it to yourself.
I like to eavesdrop. I'm very nosy.
I can assure you, Monsieur Beckers, your conversation is exactly that. Yours.
Then maybe we should just leave it there.
There is something more to that conversation. If there's nothing to hide, why are they so hesitant to elaborate, to tell me? Perhaps now is not the time to press on it. Perhaps we should start with pleasantries.
There is no better way to understand one's purpose in life. I stand up for the workers that cannot do it themselves.
You work with a union?
Okay, so in Spain, a union is called a syndicate, yeah, the workers' union. In Spanish, it's syndicate. No, in English, we say a union, a trade union.
Union leader, well, that is my formal title. But I see myself as more than just that. So much more. I am the face of the people. A voice in the void when there is none.
I am the face, the public face of the workers. I am a voice in the darkness when there is no voice, in the black empty hole. I am there. Hugo the boss.
Very spirited. You have quite the way with words.
Thank you. Oh, you're talking about him.
In my line of work, it is essential. Some fight with their fists,
Hey.
but I believe words are the ultimate.
Okay, so who are you with?
I have been working with Gideon for quite some time. We are doing great things together. Great things.
I was not aware he was part of the union.
There is power in the union, power in the land. There we go. I was not aware he was part of the union.
Well, he's not exactly. But he is an ally in the battle we face. Without his support, our uphill struggle would surely be a climb. Hopefully my talks with De Silva will help him see the light.
Well, he's not exactly, but he's an ally, a friend, yeah, an ally in the battle we face. Without his support, our struggle, our uphill struggle against the bosses would surely be a climb. Hopefully my talks with De Silva will help him see the light. I'm beginning to see the light. Woo!
Merci. If
Some
I find
people
myself at a
work
loss
very
again, I
hard,
shall certainly return.
but never seem to get it right. Merci, which means thank you in French. If I find myself at a loss, I shall certainly return. Okay. All right. Who else is there? Ernesto? What's going on? Talk to Margot again. Alright, we got Jackie. We've got Hugo and Jackie they had an argument. Talk to Jackie. Jackie dismisses the Hugo argument. She said it was nothing. We've got Hugo, the trade unionist. We've got... He's resistant to tell me what the story is. They had an argument. Talk to him to advance the situation. They work together. So Hugo and Gideon have worked together. They know each other. He's a supporter of the union. Anything else? I suppose we match these two, no?
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
I would say a moment of genius too. I should revisit this argument. Something does not feel right about their joint secrecy. Okay, good. So let's keep going. So we've got Hugo's. Their argument seems significant. It seems important. I should revisit. Something does not feel right. Okay. Talk to Margot. Again. Hang on, what was that? Okay. What's going on? Jackie somewhat knows the family. Jackie doesn't appear to know the family on a personal, but hinted at knowing their past. Yeah, right. So she's probably got the gossip, or she's looking for the gossip, I would say. Okay. I'm going to go back, talk to Margot, because I think that's what I have to do, right? No, it's okay. If I have to go here. It's Felix. He's ex-military, we know that. Okay. Alright, I tell you what, let's just talk to this guy. And then we're going to finish it. Is there anything here? Let's have a look at this note first. So, looks like the happy couple are planning their honeymoon but are undecided on their destination. Maldives, isn't that the most typical place to go? I don't know, in the 1930s, probably France. Well, they're in France, aren't they? Ooh, a book.
Oh.
Perhaps the happy couple's engagement is someone in a particularly romantic mood. Alright, come on, who are you, Ernesto? Spill the beans.
Bonjour. Are you a guest of Mademoiselle Angeline or Monsieur Demir?
Right, straight to the point, hey, Hercule.
Do I know you?
Do you know me?
Where are my manners? I am Hercule Poirot.
The lawman.
Oui, monsieur. Detective Poirot. And you are?
Ernesto da Silva.
Ah, we're next door neighbors. I've seen your luggage.
A pleasure, monsieur.
So what do you do?
A man of business.
A man of business, very Spanish, isn't it? Rather than I'm a businessman, I'm a man of business.
I see. Is there a particular area of business that is your focus?
Overseas investments, international relations. I also own a number of factories in the city.
A man of few words. This may become more like drawing blood from a stone than a back and forth conversation. We have this expression, to draw blood from a stone, when someone doesn't want to speak, they don't want to give you information, you know. You say it was like drawing blood from, it was like getting blood from a stone, which is really difficult for obvious reasons, because, you know, stones are stones, yeah. But yeah, it's a very typical expression, you know, like when you're trying to get that information out of someone, you know. So where do you live and what do you do? And you know, it's very hard. It's quite hard work to draw blood from a stone. Then a back and forth conversation. Hi, hello, what do you do? Okay, so he's not exactly very chatty, although he's very well dressed. Look at his hat. Look at this three-piece suit. Very nice.
Très bien. Monsieur has many talents.
Am I right in thinking the late Viscount was involved in such business affairs? You witnessed the altercation. He's mad about the altercation. I'm going to say nothing.
Merci for your time. It has been most intriguing.
I am going to go over to the fire and I'm going to gaze into the roaring flames. Hey, hello. Say hello. She wants to go out, you see, because I've closed the window, and she likes to terrorize the neighbors and the pigeons. There you go. You can go out now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do there then is I'm going to save game. Okay. Let's do this first. Anything there? Get you Ernesto. Is that it? All right. All right. So look, talk to Margot is the next thing, and what we can do that then for the next stream. I'm thinking. I know I say this a lot, everybody. I know I say this a lot. Instagram for vocabulary, and we're going to finish the game there. I think. Yeah, I'm going to save it. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. I really want to push this game on, or else it's going to take forever. And I'd really like to push it on a bit, you know. And you see, the same thing was happening last weekend. Last weekend I was feeling fine, and I nearly died last week. I thought, you know, for a few days I was really, really ill. But I think maybe tomorrow we can continue this. We've met. What's happened tonight? We arrived. We found our room. We've interviewed Elizabeth. We've had a few conversations with people. We've met some new characters. We've met Jackie. We've met Ernesto. We've met, I can't remember his name, the trade union guy. I think it's kind of interesting. So it's opening up now. We've moved into chapter 2. And of course, there was a fight with the Major, Gideon, cracked the Major. So the Major's a bit annoyed about that. And there seems to be stuff. The story is starting to get a bit more intricate, I think, about what's going on, you know. So I think tomorrow maybe I might do. Yeah, I think I will. Well, I've got work to do tomorrow, so maybe I won't. Give me a couple of hours. So what you should do then is, if you want to watch it live, yeah, definitely click notification, but definitely press. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Press like, press subscribe. It really helps me on YouTube. It really helps with everything, yeah? So I'd appreciate that. I'm going to do lots more. In the following weeks now, I'm going to have lots more time, and I want to play a couple of different games as well. And I'm probably going to be streaming 2 or 3 times a week, I reckon, during the summer, because I'm really enjoying it, you know? And what else? That's pretty much it. It's 9:21 here on a Saturday night on the 8th of June in Alicante in Spain. The sun isn't shining, but it's really nice and warm, and I want to go out now and go and do some things. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will continue, if not tomorrow, definitely next weekend. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a great weekend. It's Saturday, so there's quite a lot left of the weekend. I hope everything is good, and I will see you soon. Thanks a lot, yeah? Bye-bye.